Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, we upgraded our gates to be hopefully a little bit better to shoot down into, and we also upgraded everyone's armor by a pretty significant amount, so that should also be very nice for us. We've also got our first training ranges underway, and hopefully we can start having a little bit more free time to work on that. But it does look like that our first crops are also coming in, so we're probably going to be busy with that. Today, we have a couple things we want to do. Firstly, I think we want to bring these walls up another level because trebuchets are definitely coming. And we are also pretty low on wood, so we're going to spend a decent chunk of time working on that. Ideally, we could also come grab some iron out here if we get some free time. Other than that, I think we're actually kind of free today. Nothing really comes to mind. But yeah, first we do definitely need to get a lot of this chopping done. And speaking of, okay, you know what? Adonia's actually already working. What else could you be doing? Oh, we must be caught up on research, if that's the case. All right, it seems like it's probably time to extend the library as well. All right. As much as I want you to keep doing that, we do need to get that going. I would also like to get some chambers built if we can have some free time. That might be something we do later on today. I'm not going to do that right away. Also, while I'm at it, I am going to have Adonia as a backup purely on cutting plants because that'll just be trees. And we don't need anyone to be too good at cutting trees, so it would be nice to have some backup on that since we usually need to grab a bunch of it at once. And it looks like we're starting to get a few decent batches out of Apple Street, so this is going to start paying off, which is fantastic. Okay, Merlins are 10 apiece. Let's see, we have 400. We should get a slight refund if we deconstruct some of these. All right, comments, you've been heard. There you go. I hope you're happy. In all seriousness, we do need to get this done. And I did see a comment. I'm not entirely sure about this. Feel free to chime in if you have a definite answer. Apparently, stick floors actually slow you down. I was under the impression that floors all actually gave a flat speed bonus, and it was if you left these unfloored, you would get slowed down. I do intend to replace these with brick eventually anyway, just because they'll be harder to destroy. A friendly visit, that's actually very lucky for us. Oh hey, Magoda. We had a Magoda last season. Unfortunately, we can't do a feast, but I'm happy to have Magoda back. Even for a little bit. Yeah, I was under the impression that as long as you had any kind of flooring, you were okay. Regardless, we are going to stick with the stick flooring purely so that we can actually push the Merlins out, and we don't really have time to be making a bunch of brick right now. Also, yeah, I'm still not sure why Aldulf keeps complaining about unskilled labor. He shouldn't be on anything that he doesn't like. Everything else he's on, well, we're not mining, but again, that's not even marked as negative. Unless it's literally breathing that he doesn't like doing. If he expects somebody else to do that for him, I don't know. Now that we're getting that done, we can floor this, and then we can push the Merlins out. And I'm pretty sure if these get destroyed in a siege because of like a treb hit or something, the Merlins will still be okay. It's just the flooring that'll get destroyed. So as far as the placeholder goes, it should be okay. And we'll let that get done before we start queuing up the next level of walls. Since we have a friendly visit, I am actually going to go ahead and push through to the library first, because this should give us a brief grace period between the next event and this one. So we should have time to extend the library, get the new research table in, and then after that we can start working on the walls again. And, okay, we didn't get all the red current in, but we do have another batch here, so we should be able to get enough out of this to hopefully fill the field up. Yeah, we don't really have enough limestone to justify being able to actually get a stone layer going all the way around, unfortunately. I'm gonna follow Aldulf for a little bit and see what he complains about since we have free time, because I really have no idea. Because it's something that keeps happening in his daily routine. Okay, you got tired. So it does actually update real time, so we should catch it whenever it happens. We might have to catch him in the morning, because it feels like it's something that happens early on in the day. This is technically production, but it's animal husbandry, which he doesn't mind doing from what I can tell. Okay, now you're constructing. So you are doing that occasionally. I wonder if this might be it. Which, if it is, that's kind of a dick move for the game to not let you know that. Okay, so far we haven't seen anything that's out of the ordinary. Also, now I'm curious, because it's 50 in the rooms. How do you feel about that? It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing. If we turn this on at night, okay, it gets a little bit warmer. Do you consider that more comfortable? If so, it's a higher threshold than what we can get with the brazier. Okay, so it's probably still worth just leaving the braziers off overnight. It was just something I was thinking about off camera, and I wasn't sure if that would be worth doing or not. Okay, Aldulf, back to watching you like a baby. Because that's how you're acting. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I don't know if this will count. Okay, he is dismantling. Let's see if he doesn't like this. This is something that might count because it's not technically making something. No, he's okay with that. Okay, well, we can't spend all day watching Aldulf, as much fun as that is for everybody involved. Let's go ahead and get the library ready. So we'll add some extra wooden floors there. We'll need to relocate this brazier to make room. And I think we can put that in... Let's just put that next to this research table for now. I think that'll be okay. Then once we get everything moved, we'll figure out exactly where we want to place the new research table. All right, looks like we're getting the last of that red current down, so we should have a full field of that, and then after that, red current should not be a problem again. A lot is up to 29 botany, fantastic. Bye, Magoda, thanks for visiting. Yeah, looks like we got all of that done. Oh, that's flax. I thought that was barley. I was about to freaking explode with happiness. Up to 800, where you could definitely use some more lumber. Let's go ahead and grab a batch over here, and then there's some more dead trees as well. And probably go ahead and grab this wild flax while we're looking at it as well. Okay, looks like Adonia is getting the flooring in. They moved that. So advanced research. This one, yeah, it's pretty big. It does fit right into this corner perfectly, actually. Hold on. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, that works out. And then we'll relocate you. Oh, into this corner. I like that. Okay. All right, that'll be perfect. And then with that in mind, we can probably actually go ahead and get this ready to be brought up to a second level. All right, a couple of red current to go, and then we will be on Easy Street. Also, Godser, why are you not grabbing a weapon? Oh, whoops, I do on click, click, boom. My bad. Yeah, everyone go to just range for now, in case your weapon breaks. Yeah, we will want to get click, click, boom eventually, but we don't have the, well, one, we don't have the skill for the good weapons, and two, we can't make the best stuff quite yet. We're getting there, and guess what? More apple tree. It's always worth double checking, because sometimes you can get a random birch or an oak that somehow makes its way inside the base. So you gotta be careful with that. Oh, hey, a mature tree. Let's definitely grab that. Well, it says mature. It's not worth it. Oh, it's stunted growth. That's why. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one then. Okay, looks like they're prioritizing the library stuff, so we'll hold off on construction until the rest of these Merlins get built, and then we'll keep working on the library afterwards. Yeah, I've been watching Aldulf like a hawk, and he's just doing his job now, so I guess as long as you babysit him, he's okay. Is it possibly going to grab things from the cellar? I doubt it, but maybe. Nope, the two people that complain the most playing together. Hey, at least you guys have something in common. Maybe you can be Toad's besties. Yeah, he has just been over here making honey all day, which honestly isn't bad because I think you can actually sell honey and beeswax for a decent amount, so we might just be selling bee products. Okay, you're training an animal. You were okay with that last time. Let's just double check. Okay, you decided to not. Okay, now you are. We should probably actually make a decent animal pen at some point, too. Okay, you're back to construction. You were fine with that last time. Also, it is going to get slightly rained on in here, so we'll, try and cover that a little bit. So you're going to help put down some stick flooring. No, you're not. Again, for those of you who haven't got too much experience with the game, the reason you want to set these off is because these merge holes actually allow you to aim down at the people right below you in those two little slots you normally couldn't. So it is a good thing to do. Again, for our defenses, the way it worked out, we didn't really need to prioritize it, but it is definitely something you want to do in the long term, because as sieges go on, they will try and get closer and closer, so it can be very worth doing. Wait a minute. Hold on. What are you hauling, and why? He's getting pissed because he's harvesting milk and bringing it to the cellar. Okay, so he literally doesn't want to do the job he's good at, is, I think, the crux of the matter. Is he literally our... Okay, it's not even his growth, but he is the best at it, and I just You know what? Hey, you've got a new job, Aldulf. Where's that bear at? All right. Aldulf, it's you or the bear. If you get the bear, you get to stay. If not, then I really don't care if you die. Good news, guys. We figured out why he's complaining, and even better, we accidentally discovered that he's actually good at his job. So honestly, long term, we might actually need to take him off one of the few things he's good at, which is really unfortunate. To be fair, we do actually have a weirdly good number of people at it, so it's not the end of the world, but the fact that he's literally the best at it right now, and the fact that he doesn't have any growth, that's a little unfortunate. Yeah, you are in a really weird spot. I'm not saying we're going to let him get killed in a siege, but if he does, I am going to be the least broken up about it. I guess I could take him off of the actual tame... Well, no, because we want him to go tame this bear. Maybe he'll get eaten by it. Okay, we're doing a little bit of catch-up. Hopefully tomorrow we can get the rest of these Merlins finished, and then we'll continue finishing the work I want to do on the library, as well as... Oh, that is a little bit odd. I might end up changing my mind on the library, because I just realized it's up on the 3rd level, kind of, compared to what I was thinking of. Because I was thinking about putting another one of these up there, but that's going to be a very high room. I mean, to be fair, we do probably want to bring up the library another level anyway, just for the sake of storage. We'll revisit that once the Merlins are done. Let's focus on that, get our defenses up for the surprise attack. That's inevitably going to happen before it's done. Aldulf attacking. I could just let him die, right? Like, that would be a total gain for society in general. I probably shouldn't. Get your stupid ass back to base. I'm gonna take you off animal handling because you're literally worthless. But in better news, happy birthday, Grisha. Get off of that. We'll make you better at something else. I'll be honest, Margeria, you, as far as people that complain goes, you are definitely my favorite. And now... I should have just let him get eaten by the fucking bear. You know, I'm very tempted to suddenly put a house out by the dung pile and force him to sleep there, because he deserves to feel bad. Okay, we got the rest of the flooring in, so now they should put the Merlins up, and then we will be a-okay. And then we come back to the library question. I mean, I guess this will still... Okay, I think I have an idea. It wasn't the one I initially had, but I think it'll be more of a long-term plan, and I think it'll still be okay. There we go, Margeria, earning your keep. You love to see it. All right, see ya. You are broken, Aldulf. You are absolutely worthless. All right, and in just a couple turns, we will have our Merlins. Huzzah. This is going to be the, exterior wall plan going forward, but with that in mind, we definitely want to extend the library. How much wood do we have? 650. Not the best, but not terrible. We can definitely get some more wood. And did we do these ones? Yeah, we already got these ones too. And the good news is that our chopping crew is doing pretty damn solid when it comes to getting us set up. We're just eating it all as soon as we get it. And at least we're being productive. Well, most of us. It is funny, last season I was talking about how I feel like sometimes these characters don't feel like they have that much character to them. I've got someone I actually feel passionate about, so good news, Going Medieval, you're making me feel things. Thanks, devs. It is so weird to me that the Merlins are literally double the walls. That is wild. I guess that's probably more for gameplay balance than anything, but it is still pretty funny. But we'll want to get at least one exterior wall up. And actually, yeah, let's go ahead and double layer it. A wooden staircase going up to there. And speaking of things that are broken, all right, if I try to tame you guys this time, are you going to be okay with it? And are you going to remember to get trained on a daily basis? If not, you guys might be meat within a couple days, depending on how much we have to do. Also, shout out to Thor the Goat. Fantastic. But what I'm thinking we want to do, we'll go ahead and get some wooden beams installed in the library for stability. And then we'll bring it up to a 2nd level for now, and then we'll reevaluate. And we need to reset this now that we have a little bit of free time. And we'll go ahead and get a small amount of theses to start off, since we shouldn't be doing that much advanced research right away. All right, we're going to get a little bit more mass deforestation underway for the sake of society, so sometimes life imitates art. And we're going to add a little bit of a little walkway over here so that we have a little bit more mobility. That should be nice. And I guess we should probably consider what our next building project's going to be. Chances are we're probably going to extend the workshop as a whole, because I think we got this thing pretty much filled up, and I don't think we have any stations we need right away. Oh, speaking of, yeah, we gotta rebuild the stuff that got destroyed that one time. Definitely remembered that before we started this episode. Definitely didn't just now remember. Okay, so it's just the smokehouse and the smelting furnace. I'm gonna try something a little bit different here. I'm actually gonna put the smelting furnace back to back with the kiln. Oh, there we go. That'll be nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we'll have that, and they'll each have a water barrel next to them. So now, in theory, if either of these catch fire, they should be immediately doused, and we'll want one for the smokehouse as well. So now we'll have plenty of water around base in case of a fire, and hopefully anything that should burst into flames immediately will be immediately doused. Oh, and better yet, we're getting our first main harvest in. So our chopping is going to slow down a bit, but we should be pretty much set on food for the foreseeable future. Although that probably means we need to extend the cellar again. Oh yeah, it's getting full up. So we'll go ahead and copy another row of shelves right away. And then we'll probably actually need to dig some of that out later. And then once all that gets built, we'll probably be able to floor this. I don't think we'll get the Merlins up in time for the next siege because we have a lot going on, but we will try to. Worst case scenario, if they don't get up, I don't plan to use this wall defensively. It's purely just to prevent Trebs from hitting interior stuff, hopefully. We'll still make our stand over here at the front gate. And speaking of the front gate, we will still probably want to add some extended towers so we can shoot at the front gate eventually. But we have so much going on, so we will get to that at some point, but probably not this year. Unless we get very bored in winter and have a lot of free time. And that's full, so we can probably go ahead and cancel this one, because these are all ripening, so now we'll let these actually grow so we can get the most out of them. And even more good news, now that we've taken Aldulf off of one of the few things he's good at, I think he's stopped complaining, so huzzah, we've fixed the greatest mystery of this season so far. Speaking of extending the cellar, we should probably reevaluate what we have going on in the kitchen. And we do have the herb garden, so I think we can go ahead and get lavish meals on the table, which should actually make everyone a lot happier. For the moment, I am going to prioritize the regular meals over that because we do want to save some of those herbs for medicine, which I think is going to be our next research, which is chemistry. Okay, we just need 15 of the theses, actually, so let's actually set that. So once we get that research done, we'll hit that, and then we should be able to heal ourselves pretty effectively. And actually, now that we've taken Aldulf off animal husbandry, we are going to need to redo a few things. Look at how useful Alada is compared to Aldulf. She's actually our best at animal husbandry, and she's our #1 gardener, and she's technically going to be one of our best fishers. You know what, you actually go #1 fishing. That'll be good. The problem is he's going to want to haul the fish. So I don't know if I can even have him do that. Oy vey. Alright, go ahead and bump up your research priority. That one you should be happy about. I swear if he complains about hauling books, I'm going to kick him out of the settlement. Does that mean I can throw him back on... It says non-skilled work, though. This one will be a science check. If he complains about this one, that's on me, but I do want to confirm that. And before the day's even started, I'm going to get the next round of dead trees marked. We are up to, well, yeah, 162. We are literally throwing up the wood as soon as we get it. Granted, I think the goats need to come get a lot of this. Good thing about the forest map, you can really power build as long as you have the manpower to keep it going. And Donia's up to 41 construction. Okay, she's doing fantastic. Well done. And we'll go ahead and get that smoked meat marked up. So Margeria is going to be pretty busy soon. Now that we have the cellar extended, she's going to have a lot of extra food sitting around, hopefully. And I think we're just okay for the moment, so I'm not going to do the mining quite yet. Although, now that we have that done, I think we can double check the seeds before we do anything. Yeah, cabbage is at 287. I think I'm going to go flowering just to be safe. Yeah, that's also a very quick period regardless. Day 7 of summer, so we still have a decent amount of autumn to harvest. Carrots are already ripe again. Okay, I think I'm going to go flowering. These actually grow a little bit quicker than I was expecting. We should be able to get 2 flowerings done. before we have to stop sowing carrots, so I'm gonna go flowering on that. And then once these beets get taken up, I'm probably gonna have them go to flowering as well. And I'm actually gonna bump you guys both up on animal husbandry a little bit. But Mark is also helping out with the harvest right now, so once this is done, he should be getting the animal husbandry underway. And then we'll be a-okay. Risha should be putting in the last parts of the new wall. And there's the new staircase as well. That's going to serve us extremely well. Are we looking on iron ingots? Because I did want to start doing more security doors. I think we used them all up. And I think we used up all the iron, but we do have some steel we decrafted. We do still need to build this, but we also don't have the iron for it. I'm gonna let the final construction get done, and I might mark some mining jobs to get our first bit of iron underway. And we won't be able to do it for a while, but we're just gonna queue up as many iron ingots as we can possibly get. I think once we max out on bricks, that'll be when we refloor the sticks as bricks, but that will probably, again, be a project for maybe fall, depending on how busy we are. Most likely it'll be a winter project, though. Okay, everyone's going to break, and then we'll see what they're doing. If we look like we have a lot of free time, I'm going to go ahead and start doing some mining. And speaking of, I think, yeah, mining's just one of those weird jobs where it's basically all backups. If it's going to be Aldulf, I guess we'll have to see if he's okay with it. As long as he's not doing the hauling, he should be okay. And I don't think mining's one of those jobs where you automatically haul your goods, so I think this might be okay. And right now, just because we don't have anybody particularly good at it, I am just going to mark that as one of the backup jobs. It would be nice if the next person was a good miner, but chances are they're going to be good at animal husbandry again. Okay, it looks like Adonia is helping out with the research, which is great. Let's see, tailoring, writing, okay, producing. It looks like we're mostly okay, so I'm going to do the first round of iron mining, and hopefully we can turn this into a legit mine. We'll have to see what's underneath, but for now I'm just going to mark all the surface deposits so we can hopefully get it all in one go, and that is 64 per, so we should get a decent amount out of that. How many do we need for a round of smelting? 30. Okay. I might be mistaken. I think that converts to 30 ingots, so if it's a 1-to-1, we should be okay for a little bit. And 2 polecats. Why are we so excited about that, game? Alright, well, shout out to the polecats, I guess. And there's still a little stockpile of wood, but I think we do need to get a lot of it hauled in, so I'm going to hold off for the rest of the day on cutting, just so that our hauling animals can get caught up, and let's make sure that everyone is marked. Yes, okay. Okay, looks like we got a couple people coming out here to help. Alright, science time for Aldulf. Are you going to be okay with this? Okay. As long as he's not hauling, he's good. I don't know if there'd be a way to code this, but I would think it'd be cool because of that situation, which was really weird. If the hauling could also somehow be linked to the job, because I do want him doing the animal husbandry, but I don't think there's a way to have him do that without him hauling, say, the milk or anything like that, which is the reason he was getting pissed. So, like, because this is off, maybe he would just leave it. That would be nice, but I guess because of how it's made, they just automatically bring the milk straight to the cellar, which I guess is just really unfortunate. I mean, yeah, that's nothing we can really do anything about, which is a damn shame because he is our best at animal husbandry. I mean, if nothing else, he's at least decent at mining, so I guess the good news is we can have him doing this, and he is set at number 1 for that, right? Yeah, so he's going to be our local miner until further notice. Okay, it looks like they got the rest of those beets out, so we will go ahead and set this over to flowering. It has been brought up to me in the past season that something interesting to do is to actually have 2 different types of fields. You have your one for purely food, and then you have one purely for stuff going to seed. I don't think we need to do that, but that is an interesting idea. Oh, speaking of fields, we should probably try and build the canopy at some point. We're actually kind of low on carrots. I'm actually going to let those go to seed again, just to be safe. Cabbage we have plenty of. Beets I'm pretty comfortable with. And then, yeah, flax and herbs are wild, so I'm not too worried about it. And I do think I'm going to turn off one of the barley jobs I had. I think I had it over here in one of the brewing. I think fermenting mash. Yeah, we'll turn off fermenting mash for now. Go ahead and turn these up, actually. Yeah, we'll turn off fermenting mash because there is a specific good for it in the one of the later brewing stations, so we do want to stockpile a bit of that. But the rest of what we have should be good to be used for the rest of that stuff, especially since we have apples coming in now. And we do have some of these starting to be ripe, so we will start trying to grab some of these out in the wild as well. So we should be good pretty soon on red currant, and of course grab some wild barley whenever we see it. And we did get the wooden beams installed, so now what I'm thinking, we'll throw a wooden ladder right in the middle at the back, and then we'll work on a second floor soonish. I do think we were actually losing this library bonus right now, but I'm not too fussed about it, mainly because I want to get some of this material goods going. Aldulf, please don't do it. You know what? Go back to base and then do your religious activities. I'm not dealing with your rebellion again. Can I force you to pray? No. You are the only person that needs this much babysitting, Aldulf. You know that, right? Even Margeria, who complains, can figure it out for herself. Okay, it looks like Grisha is actually going to start making some of the... Oh, we actually have some going. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we should have at least some basic iron technology underway soon, which will be fantastic. We are going to need to extend the warehouse soon, and I would like to come up with a better solution for clothing and weapon storage than this as well. I mean, for what it's worth, the stuff that we do have is pretty high quality, since we keep working at it. And a lot up to 30 botany, fantastic. Okay, looks like there might actually be a little bit more down here as well, so... we will want to turn this into a legit mine eventually. I'm not going to be worried about that for a while, though, because that is a very far trek, so we're going to need to do a lot of setup for that. All right, now, Aldulf, get your schedule back for now. And it's pretty early in the day, so I think we are good to go ahead and go with Operation Get the Library Extended. So first things first, we got to tear down the roof and get rid of this tree that somehow grew in here. And is that another apple tree? Dope. And Mehenilda up to 20 intellect, which I think that might be the requirement to be able to work this, if I'm not mistaken. Excellent. All right, so now we have a couple people that can work the top tier research table. And speaking of, let's go ahead and get that torn down, and then we will get some wicker flooring put in like so, and we can go ahead and build the rest of the wall while we're at it. And for now, I think this will just be a second floor for storage for the library. Storage, huh? Okay, we may have come up with an alternate solution for this. I'm not entirely sure, but I might implement that in a different way than I was expecting to. We do still have plenty of room down in the library itself, so I'm not too worried about it for the moment. Although, with that in mind, we should go ahead and build a couple extra bookshelves just to be safe. We might as well go ahead and get the bottom floor all set up. So now we will have all the books in the world ready down here. Excellent. You know, I think I do actually want to make one slight tweak to the schedule. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to actually put a work over here. I'm going to put one anything after the leisure, just in case it takes someone a long time to get over here, so they make sure they eat or pray or whatever. I think that might help things out slightly. We'll have to see. Okay, we're up to 600 wood, so it looks like our hauling has been getting done pretty well. I think the next big project's going to be the little bits of limestone and iron we have out here. Okay, it looks like we just got caught up on the gardening, so we should be, hopefully, getting all the external harvesting done soon. And now that we have iron ingots, we're back to making our own mechanical components, so we could probably get into crossbows soon. The question is, do I prioritize that over chemistry? 30... It's gonna be a while till we get those anyway. Let's do it. Crossbows, baby! No worker with 20 carpentry, yikes. I really thought we would have had that by now. How close are we? 17 on Grisha. She'll split her time between smithing and carpentry, so hopefully she'll be able to get that sooner rather than later. And we will make that top priority as soon as we are able to do that. Until then, we'll just have to work with our regular bows and the staff slings. And I think once we get the second floor done, we're just going to put the final roof on for the moment, which will actually just be a wicker flooring for now. And then we'll probably go ahead and try and start getting the rooms ready, although I expect that any moment now we're going to have something bad happen. And there we go, library's back up and running. Grisha. Aldulf? Seriously, what is your problem? Also, Grisha, why didn't you sleep in your bed? I mean, I am very tempted to literally just have him stand outside the front gate next siege. I am so tempted by it. I mean, you have anything hours, eat something. Seriously, this is the most worthless villager I have ever had in any playthrough, personal or recorded. He is absolutely trash. And I'm the type of person that thinks that everyone genuinely has some kind of value to society. He's genuinely worthless. But we can go ahead and throw the final wicker flooring on this. Oh, we do need to rebuild some wooden beams for this, don't we? How are we doing on wood now? 619. Booyaka, booyaka. We can probably... Question is, do I want to put up the walls first, or do I want to get chambers? I think it might be worth trying to get chambers up and running, but... Okay, we'll compromise. We'll get the exterior wall up, because I'm not planning to actually defend on these walls. They're purely to block anyone shooting at our stuff inside. We'll get those exteriors up, and then we'll start working on the chambers. Settler suffering from cold. Aldulf, you deserve to suffer. And do we actually need... I don't think we need these, so we can actually go ahead and save a little bit of space in wood. Oh, that was the initial wall, right. Okay, I remember. All right, and we are getting the final flooring in over there. Okay, at least these sheep are staying trained. Even the sheep are better than Aldulf right now. Good job, sheepies. I'm proud of you. Okay, looks like we got a mass construction effort going on, so that will be this finished, and then everyone will get this wall up, and then we'll probably go ahead and start on some chambers after that. Yeah, I don't know why this got unassigned for Grisha. She deserves it, and more importantly, this is kind of where she lives, because she's doing our carpentry and our smithing. All right, so we got this little exterior going, and then I'm thinking... Heat wave. Better than the bad thing that I was expecting to happen next. As the sun beat down, sweat poured from the workers' slick backs. They tired quickly in the blistering heat, wilting like the crops, which needed to be tended and harvested quickly before they withered. The workers needed shade, some worked after sundown. So yeah, now everyone's gonna be nice and toasty, and I guess while we're doing that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn off these torches. I usually don't bother because it's usually inconsequential, but I figure with fire now, anything could cause a spark, so we should probably keep as little heat going as possible. And this is what I was talking about. That's like a random oak tree that got in here somehow. We don't need that. You're eating up real estate for our apple trees. The good news is this should buy us at least one more day to, get some chambers set up. And even better, it did actually happen at the end of the day, so people are actually going to be working outside in the cold. Well, not cold, but not as hot. Hey, new goat in the family. Welcome. Go ahead and get straight to hauling, please. Okay, so these should get done tomorrow. And then I think since it's hot outside, we will definitely work on these chambers. I can probably actually go ahead and plan them now while we're thinking about it. Okay, these rooms are comparable, I think. Let's see, that's 4x7. Oh, perfect. They're both 4x7. It just looks a bit off. In which case, go ahead and get some wicker doors in, get some wooden hay beds down, and then we'll have a place for people to sleep. And then hopefully once we start getting everyone out of what will be the Great Hall, we'll be able to actually have better feasts, and we'll be able to have better tables, and hopefully everyone will be happy. Except for Aldulf, because he doesn't deserve happiness. Ooh, and a lot of these are ripe now, so we should definitely grab quite a few of these in the morning. Some of them still need time, but yeah, it's nice having a patch of this right next to base. That is going to be a lot of free food just waiting to be picked. And how about we call it a part for there, ladies and gentlemen? Pretty good progress today. We got some of the exterior wall built up even further, and that should hopefully help against Treb attacks. We've started finally getting some iron underway, and it looks like we do have a little bit more down here, so we'll have to dig further and see how much we can get out of that. Kind of a side note, I guess the Merlins are better now, so people will be happy about that. Yay! And next time, we'll get through the rest of this heat wave, we'll get these chambers constructed, we'll figure out who we want to live in these, and after that, we do have a few options as for what we can do. For once, we actually might have a little bit of free time, so hopefully we can do something with that. So I hope y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.